Hey, it's Andre. You know it's a big Friday flying update when the bench is out. That's right. Welcome to the first Friday flying update of August. Yeah, that's right. The first flying update of August. Wow, the year is just zipping along. And if you checked out the YouTube channel earlier today, you would have seen the build video of the E-Flite Commander, my first 1.4 meter plane from Horizon and E-Flite. And I'm very excited about flying this bad boy. I just, as I said in the video, I couldn't help it. Everything about this aircraft just screamed what I like about planes. Low wing flaps, good power, right size, right visibility, everything about it just went wow. So I pulled the trigger and I bought it. And it actually was a very, very fruitful trip to Great Hobbies, one of my local hobby stores, because I know one of the owners, Gary, Crazy Uncle Gary from PEI, and I just happened to message him saying, hey, look, we bought this. You know, I'm really excited about this. And he says, go back to the store and grab an F-22 and a B-17. These are both 1S aircraft, brushed motors, and he says, do quick demos on them. They're only demos. I got to give them back, which is fine because the hangar is exploding. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll probably wait and do the unboxing later on this weekend. The weather is looking kind of questionable. I do want to spend Friday evening getting this airplane set up because I still got to bind it with the radio and go through all the mapping. Obviously be a little different on the Tyrannus and using my Orange RX modules. So the prop's got to come off and I got to get it in there. As I said in the build video, I'm going to run this thing on a 3S4000 because that bay is huge. And if the weather is not ideal, well, it's going to wait and it will get flown. It's not going to be like some of the warbirds, which will sit around for a year. This plane has got potential. And for me, for whatever reason, this plane seems to be a blend between the Sukhoi and the Pawnee. It's almost like this is what I wanted the Pawnee to be, that power and ability, but we'll see. And yes, this is the bind and fly. And a couple of people flagged me on that saying, well, Andre, you don't like the AS3X. I want to try AS3X Select. I want to be able to throw that command and that safe technology at my disposal. And with this new style of receivers, well, it's all there. So I do have to go in and spend some time fiddling around with it, trying to get it all wired up and ready to go. But I'm excited about it. It looks fantastic. It's gorgeous. It's big. It's you know, it is it's a gorgeous airplane. That's enough about the Commander. Yeah, I can't wait. So I am looking forward to flying the little F-22, and these are all little bind and fly. Not even bind and fly. These are all ready to go kits. They all come with their little remotes and everything, and so it's going to be really interesting. And apparently, this one, the B-17, will fly off another Spectrum radio, or in my case, my Orange RX module. So I will try both to get both reactions because I do not own a Spectrum. I actually was back at the hobby store this evening, picking up an F55T motor and a 13T pinion gear, so 13 tooth. And that again is for the rock crawler, which is having a lot of fun with, and I'm enjoying it. And I did look at the Traxxas, their offerings, and they also had some of the newer SEX 10.2 chassis. So I was like, oh. But you know where my heart is. I love airplanes. So I will do a little work with the rock crawler over the weekend, depending on the weather. The other big surgery job that I got coming up is on my Phantom 4 remote control, because I do want to get those extended antenna system in. I was out flying last week and trying to get the sunrise, and even with no one there, I was still taking video interference hits. So there's some speculation it could be firmware related, it could be software or the version on the tablet, so on. So pardon me. So we're going to carry on and see if we can fix that issue, but I am going to install those antennas regardless, and hopefully that cleans up my issues, any of my connectivity issues. So yeah, so there is going to be a little bit of fun going on this weekend. The weather looks really skeptical for this long weekend. It is the August long weekend for the Ontarios and other provinces throughout Canada. So Monday, looks like Monday would probably be the most, the best day to get out, because I mean, we're in a wind warning and everything right now, and this evening is supposed to get pretty gnarly with all the rain. So I guess that's why the bench is out, because I can rip into everything and start building and prepping and learning. I will do an unboxing video, and you will get my review thoughts on the F-22 and the B-17. I'm really looking forward to the B-17. The F-22 should be a hoot too. Apparently it's pretty fast and quick, but the B-17 is like, oh. Now, speaking of Horizon and E-Flite, this week they rolled out or announced a UMX Timber. Everybody's mind just blew, because if you're a Canadian, you know anything under 250 grams is going to be butter next year. That's where these two airplanes potentially come in as a very interesting piece of equipment. But a UMX Timber, even I'm not foolish enough to pass up on that kind of opportunity. So we'll see. As well, Hobby King has got the Avios Bushmule. Now, I haven't heard when they're going to be released. They're doing all kinds of pre-sales and everything. They're on the boat. I don't know any further of the details. But yes, my radar is peaked on that one, but I'm going to wait till they actually have stock in demand before I think about that one, because obviously with the larger class airplanes, you know, who knows what's going to happen with all that. And of course, the other E-Flite aircraft that's really got me going and interested would have to be the Stearman, the PT-17 in yellow. So I don't know. Kudos to Horizon and E-Flite this year. They've really stepped up their game, in my opinion, and they're really making me want airplanes and spending my hard-earned money on some pretty amazing pieces of kit. So enough talking from Andre. I'm going to actually tear into some of this work and get this airplane bound up to my my Tyrannus, and you know, have a good weekend. Hey, to my fellow Canadians who have got a long weekend, awesome. To the rest of you, have a fantastic weekend. Fly safe. Thank you for watching. Cheers.